What's going on? Hey, if you're watching this replay, what today's video is going to be is I'm just going to be in here working on my garage. I'm getting ready for a whatnot show in about an hour and a half or so. And I got to get some things on these racks. I'm trying to reorganize so I can have a really efficient show. So I'm just going to be kind of doing that, chopping it up with the chat. So if you have questions for me on the replay, make sure you leave them down below in the comments. If you're here live, let me know what's up. Love to answer your questions, talk about eBay, reselling, business, whatnot. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm down. I'll show you guys some things going into the show today. This is all like pretty premium stuff. This is a Peter Millar Summer Comfort. It's like new without tags. Has this little thing on it, but it's not. Obviously, it doesn't still have the tag on it, but it has the tag hanger, I guess. So new without tags. Peter Millar Summer Comfort. So, yeah, that's going to be one of my items in the show. Let's see, what did I pay for that? They had it at $15 at Uptown Cheapskate, like a local consignment place. Can you guys hear me okay? Let's change this. Does that sound better? Is that sounding better? Let me know which sounds better. If it sounds better now or if it sounded better before. I'm curious to know. Got to go grab my bin of hangers so I can hang these up. If you're here live in the chat, say what's up. I want to know what's going on in the reselling world. I want to know how everybody's feeling about Q4. How are we feeling about Q4? Sophia, have you had a slow couple of days with Poshmark? I hit my store like 4 days ago, starting to pick up now. I actually had a super slow stretch on Poshmark, just randomly. I was having 5-6 sales a day, and then I got nothing for a while. Now it's kind of slowly inching back up. Kind of like you said. Here's another one. I'm paying up for these. I'm hoping that with all my marketing on today's kind of like Black Friday show, things will get bid up a little bit. I did have some discounts. So once again, I paid $15 for this, but this is a Nike Dry Fit ADV. This is like their most expensive line. Like even a Polo retails for like $120. So of course, I have to hope that somebody in the show knows that this is like that nice of a Polo. But this is Dry Fit ADV. For eBay, that's really good too. Dry Fit ADV. It's a good line. Tracy, what's going on? Do you have any tips for quickly checking comps instead of going down ADHD rabbit holes? Use the research option or search sold items. Okay, here's what I do when I'm searching comps. I pull up the eBay app and I have the filter on the side toggled to sold and completed items on, and then I click the little lock next to it so it's locked to the sold listings. And here's why I do that. When I look something up, I want to see if something's worth anything first. So if I type it in and see that it's selling for a good amount, then I can deselect the sold items and look at the sell-through rate. But if something doesn't have good value in the first place, there's really no point in checking the sell-through rate, in my opinion. So that's how I do it. I use the eBay app. I filter to sold and completed items. I lock that toggle on, and that's how I look things up quickly. And then if it's on the fence, then I go to sell-through rate and check that. Hangers. Got a ton of hangers are under all these clothes. Vote Blue Planet. Welcome in. What are your profit margins on... Wait, does it move if I move over here? Okay, I'm trying out this new feature where it's streaming on vertical and horizontal at the same time. So I just want to see if it would follow me, but I need to stand in the center as much as possible. What are your profit margins on Whatnot I don't really focus on profit margins. I focus on profit per hour that I'm working on whatnot. Right now it's between $50 and $100 per hour of time. That's including sourcing, shipping, prep, doing the shows, giveaways, everything. $50 to $100 per hour profit per hour. That's what I'm currently tracking on whatnot, because margins is kind of a tricky thing with how I'm currently doing whatnot. But I would say my most common flip, like today I'm doing a pre-owned golf apparel show. This is all pre-owned golf apparel that you see around me, mainly pre-owned, a few new items mixed in. I try to buy, my average buy cost is between 6 and 7. And then I start my bids at 15. So if just one person swipes, I make between $6 and $7. I usually do about $200-ish in giveaways. So I need to sell like 50 items to break even. And then every item over 50 is just profit. And that's pretty aggressive, but I'm trying to grow. So that's why the margins don't make perfect sense, because I'm adding in really expensive giveaways to the items as promotion and marketing to get people in my shows. Okay, I need to tackle this bin here. I was also trying to lock that, but it's not letting me. Well, I'm using my phone as my camera right now, so I can't show you physically. But mine has just a little lock next to it. Maybe it's only on Apple. But it lets me lock that feature on. These are good questions, though. I like these questions. Is this size large? 2XL. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's not letting you lock it. I'm not sure why that would be. How's everybody else doing? How's everyone else's sales? My sales are actually very down right now, and that's for a couple reasons. If you want me to go into that, I'm happy to go into that. The biggest reason my sales are down is because I'm not hyper focused on eBay right now, because I'm also spending a lot of time focusing on whatnot. And so when you're not focused on one thing, it's hard to be really good at multiple things at the same time. That's the short answer. Let's hear why. So that's the short answer. That's like the main reason. And another reason is I had a supplier throughout the summer where I was getting items every week, and I was listing a lot of items. I mean, for me, 15 to 20 per day, every single day, Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. But I was buying all seasons year round. So even in the summer, I was buying tons and tons and tons of jackets, because those are good items and you want to buy them when they're good. I mean, buy them when you find them, even if it's harder to find, because it's actually harder to find jackets in winter sometimes, because everyone else is buying the jackets. And in October, I sold so many jackets. I sold like all my bangers. So I dropped back down to 10 listings per day, because I'm running 2 businesses right now, the eBay business, eBay/Poshmark, and the whatnot business. So I dropped down to 10 items per day, because I don't have a sourcer. I don't have a photographer. So I'm doing back to doing every single thing myself. No VA for the listings as well. So I had to take a little step back on the amount of listings, and then I sold tons and tons and tons of bangers in October, which is great. I made amazing money in October, but I just don't have that many bangers left in my store. So I'm basically only selling bread and butter. My sales volume is still high, but my sales price is going to be down a good bit, and that's just how it goes. But I would say, like, what I'm trying to think of is over the course of the year, what is my yearly profit, and am I budgeting properly for taxes and for my own personal expenses, knowing that there's going to be these ups and downs. Like when I have an amazing month, I probably did between eBay and Poshmark and whatnot, probably close to $14,000 profit in October. You're not going to have that kind of month every single month, and that's okay. Not going to have that every single time. Plum in the house. What's going on, man? Got to get to listing. Hey, yeah, we do. Me too. I've been on the listing grind, getting ready for the holidays. Been on the listing grind. I'm all scheduled out through Sunday. So in a perfect world, I get scheduled out through Monday as well. So I'm not rushing back to try to make it in time. But hey, that's how it goes. Same, I went 4 days without listing on eBay and it definitely hurt. Just needed a break. Hey, sometimes you just got to take a break, but that consistency is really key for sure. What about basic photo tips? I seem to waste so much time fix lighting, shadows, background using my iPhone for photos if that matters. Tracy, I have an amazing video on on photography tips. I highly recommend watching that video. I touch a ton of things that are really, really, really important in saving time and making your photos look nice at the same time. And I think that is honestly just huge. Really, really important to be able to do that. Opus, what's going on? Crushing Q4 over here, up 6% over last year, 22% versus my last year with ASP, $33 ASP. So I'll take it, even though I'd like better. Weird year overall for me. Hey, raising your ASP significantly and increasing overall means you're making more money with less work. That's amazing. That's amazing. More money with less work. That's perfect. So here's a little online arbitrage I did. I got these Shankit Golf, really loud golf polos, brand new, for $9.99 a piece. They actually also, the brand themselves actually sells on Whatnot. Sorry, I'm like behind this little clothing rack here. The brand themselves, they actually sell on Whatnot. So I know that people on Whatnot know the brand. So $9.99 is a really nice pickup for brand new in the plastic. So I'm going to start them at 15. I'm not making a ton on those, but it's just part of my average cost. And, you know, when you're running something that's normally 60, 75, 80 bucks, I think that's what their polos retail for. You know, obviously I'm hoping that a few people bid on that item and bid it up a little bit. Lighting in photos is everything. I believe it helps make more sales or more of a higher chance. Yeah, having a good photo is definitely going to help your chance. Can you tell me the title of the video about saving time on pictures? Probably something about photos for eBay. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. How to take photos for eBay. Ultimate guide, I think. It was posted in June, so you don't have to scroll back too far. But that's a really good video. I talk about how I use an app on my phone instead of the default camera. And that is like probably the most important thing. Probably the most important thing. You're welcome. What other questions you guys have for me? What's your favorite platform in general, not considering your profit? Well, I'll be completely honest with you. My favorite platform would be whichever one gave me the most profit per hour so that I could make above standard income in part-time hours. I do have preferences on which I enjoy more slightly, but really, like, I don't think, oh, Whatnot's way more fun, so I want to have more fun selling on Whatnot. I actually think Whatnot just has a higher potential. It doesn't start out. eBay starts out way, 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 way better than Whatnot, but Whatnot has the higher potential for profit per hour. So that's why I'm working on getting people to source golf apparel for me. If you source at the bins or you have a hard time selling golf apparel, DM me on Instagram because I created a buying program and a buying list because I'm trying to scale it a little bit because I think that the potential is so much higher. Right now, I still make way more money on eBay and Poshmark, but my dollar per hour is probably higher on Whatnot. I just can't do it for as many hours, if that makes sense. And going back to your question, what's my favorite? My favorite is the one that makes me the most money per hour because I'm a young dad with a young family, small business owner, trying to create a really nice life for my family. And that requires me to not work myself silly because I want to be available for my family. That being said, Whatnot is fun because you're also interacting with people and you're building relationships. Like, this is a huge topic that I really want to dive into, but I don't really know how to approach it. But one thing that is kind of a bummer about eBay is I have grinded on eBay for almost 6 years now. And I feel like I'm a very good eBay seller. And I really have no advantage or benefit over anyone else on eBay, other than my own personal knowledge that I've acquired over the last 5 years, which if you watch my videos, you can get to where I'm at relatively quickly and you could even surpass me. That's one thing that I think is really cool about social media and Whatnot is the work that you put in. It has a bit of an exponential curve. Like, when you first start making content, you make absolutely nothing. But now, if I were to not make a video for a month, I still have streams of income from content that would be coming in for a while. I don't know when it would run out or whatever. But I've done the work of building a foundation and I'm building upwards instead of just riding along. Whatever work I do, I get paid for that work, which is how eBay is. I list items, I sell items. I list items, I ship items, I sell items. But with Whatnot, you can grow a following, so you can sell the same item for more money based on your following or your ability to sell. You can also sell more items in the same amount of time on Whatnot if you get better and have a better audience or a bigger audience, or you guys get my point. So those are the reasons why social media and Whatnot have been such an eye-opener in the terms of being a young business owner with not much business background other than just jumping into it and trying to figure it out. Level Up Thrift, what's going on? Vote Blue Planet. Was that a good answer to your question? 10th inning. Do you think if you have a full-time job and cannot go live a lot for Whatnot, it is worth it? I have gone on a few times, but hard to get any sales in the show since I have no following. That's the tricky thing about Whatnot. Like, I know that there's people out there who be like, anybody can start it, anybody can do it. And I do genuinely believe that, but you have to have a lot of time on your hands because you have to be able to go live for a long time. This summer, when I had a photographer, I had somebody sourcing for me, and I had a VA, I was able to go live 4 or 5 hours a day, multiple times per week, and just go there to interact with my viewers, A lot of times I had less than 5 viewers in those shows. A lot of those times I had less than 10 viewers. A lot of those times I rarely had more than 10 viewers. And that's just trying to get one customer at a time to realize that you have a really good product and to like me, I guess. Maybe they like me. Maybe they like my taste in products. Maybe they like my pricing. Maybe they like how I run the show. Maybe they just think I'm funny. I don't know who would do that, but maybe they do. So I think it's hard. I think you do have to kind of have time to grind it out for a while. Here's one thing I would not do, though, is I would not go start trying to sell things at $1. Just pick a price that's actually profitable, but is still a good deal for the item. For example, on my Nuitags golf shows, I sell almost all polos for $29. This is a Nuitags William Murray polo. I sell this for $29. The retail price is $88. The retail price is $88. So they're getting more than 50% off coming to my show. And you're getting a premium golf item. You can't, if I started that at $1, it would sell for $9 and I'd lose money. But if I stay live long enough, eventually somebody comes through and realizes, oh, that is a really good deal at $29. So I would not recommend just going on and firing $1 starts. I think that's a recipe for disaster. Is Poshmark still being finicky with locking accounts for delisting items? Yes, I'm on like times 7 or 8 now. And every time I have a literal template that I copy and paste and email them as soon as it happens, and they put me back on the next day, but it's still like annoying. Like, can you just make a note so you can stop banning me for following your own rules? But it's what it is right now. Tis what it is. Tis what it is. We got 26 people in here. If you're here right now, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Oh, Scotty Cameron putter for 29, please. Hey, you can get a really expensive putter for $15 in my shows, or actually 12. I sell these putter grips for $12. It's the cheapest thing in my shows. A Bettinardi putter grip. That's still a really expensive golf brand if anybody's not into golf stuff. Landshark, what's going on? But you can buy one of these, just one of these, for $12 plus shipping. So I guess like $16. And you can get, a lot of times at the end of my show, there's less than 20 people in the buyer's giveaway. You get a 1 in 20 chance at a really expensive putter. Do I have any putters over here? Today, what I'm doing in my Whatnot show is I'm setting a goal. If we reach a certain amount of sales, I'm going to up the buyer's giveaway from like a $200 to $250 putter to like a $400 putter. So more expensive than a lot of Scotty Camerons, actually. Chauncey. So you can get something even better. Okay, back to some pre-owned golf polos that I picked up. This is a FootJoy size large. I paid $12 for this. So I'm kind of banking on some of these getting bid up because they were just such good patterns and such good styles and brands for Whatnot. I would not pick this up for eBay at that price, especially. Maybe if it was cheap. But this is just a really beautiful polo. Do you think free on eBay is better right now with the increase of cost of shipping last few years, or do you charge for it? I charge for shipping, but I charge flat rate shipping, meaning I set my own shipping prices. I think charging calculated shipping could price you out on a lot of items right now. So I do see your point there. I definitely see your point there. This is a cool polo. This is a Barstool Golf polo with like a all over floral print. I don't think free shipping is better in general. So for me, I sell clothing. I try to have a very fast selling store. And one of the ways I'm able to sell fast is by being really aggressive with offers discounts and marking down my items that haven't sold. Now, if you charge free shipping, so say you have a $100 item and you charge free shipping. If I send a 30% off offer, they pay $70. Okay. And I have to pay taxes or fees and shipping out of that. If I have an item that's $100, but it's $90 plus $10 free ship or $10 shipping, and I do 30% off, then they get, what is that? Like they would pay 60 some dollars, like $62 plus a $10 shipping. So I'm saving $2 by having me pay shipping, but giving them the same discount or the same psychological effect of the same discount. But it doesn't seem like a lot, $2 on a $100 sale. But where it really makes a difference is when you're marking down your older items. Say you have items there that are like $8. Well, 30% of $8 is a lot less than 30% of $20 free shipping. Does that make sense? Let me know if I need to explain that again. I don't think I explained that very well, but let me know if I need to explain that again. The 10th inning, let me know if I need to explain that again. I'm thinking about too many things right now. So I can explain that again if that made no sense. Really quick, if you're watching right now or you're watching the replay, GyroPack is the longest sponsor of my channel. They're doing a crazy Black Friday sale where some of their items are up to 35% off. They sell poly bags, bubble mailers. I use them exclusively. They're really nice. Customer service is really good. You can use my code Caleb, all lowercase, for 10% off. I'm not sure if it stacks on top of their 35% off, but if it did, that would be an insane deal and probably worth stocking up for the whole year. They're running that sale from now, I think, until December 2nd, which is like a week. So go to gyropack.com, and the link is the top link in the description down below. All right, here we have a Callaway OptiDry. Nike Dry Fit and Callaway OptiDry are some of my best-selling polos on Whatnot. And I think it's because people just know those brands. They know their sizes. It's predictable. And the retail price is still high on this stuff. So this is a large. Put these with the large polos. That one was $9.99. Explain your flat rate shipping charges by weight. Okay, I do anything under a pound is $6.50. Anything that's like kind of on the fence of like a pound to maybe 2 pounds, I do $8.95. Anything that's like definitely over 1 pound, a little bit tighter fit in the 13 by 10 poly bag or needs to go into a 15 by 12 poly bag, I do $9.95. And then bulkier jackets, anything that won't fit into a 12 by 15 poly bag, I do $14.95, which is probably a bit much, but is what it is. It's what I charge. Made up that price like 2 years ago and don't want to go back and change it. So yes, if it's tough for me to decide right now, as I charge $5.95 shipping basically everything, but will cost more to ship. Usually right now, clothes are weighing a lot and ground advantage is high. I sell new with tags. So if you sell new with tags, free shipping definitely is an advantage because, you know, buyers are conditioned by Amazon now that if you buy something new, it should be free shipping. This is a really cool Titleist beanie. It's got the Titleist, the FootJoy logo, the Pro V1 logo, and the Titleist patch on the back. I don't know if any of you guys are into like golf stuff, but I'm going to guess this is going to be a good seller on my show today. What kind of hanger should I put this on? Maybe on a pants hanger. Or maybe I'll just start off the show by running that or something. Here we have a good polo. This is my most requested brand. Good. They're just so popular on the internet. Got the good like Argyle plaid polo. But one thing I thought was hilarious. Goof good. Goof good. I just think that's so funny. I don't know why I think that's so funny. Goof good. I'm saving that tag. I charged shipping, clothes, and got 30 packages going out today. Yeah, you definitely can charge shipping and sell a lot of stuff because I do. I do too. This is a little bit how my whatnot stream works. Put these on here. I do have it like the camera fixed a little bit better for that, but and only one on Posh. Yeah, that's kind of been my story with Poshmark too lately. Okay. Got some Under Armour golf pants. Shipping is a challenge. So many packages go to New York. Yeah. Across coast is tough. I'm thankful to not be fully on the coast. These are brand new with tags Under Armour. I paid $18 for these. I don't know what they sell for on eBay, but I'll probably sell these for like, try to sell them for like 30 on Whatnot, or we'll see what the chat says today. Miss Lachey, happy Thanksgiving. Too bad eBay does not have the Whatnot shipping deal on flat rate shipping. Yeah, I don't know why eBay doesn't work out a deal with the post office to get a better shipping deal, but is what it is, I guess, right? Donald Ross polo is missing a button, and that's why it was. I had it set aside. I couldn't remember why I had it set aside, and now I do. Missing a button. I'm on the East Coast, and all my packages go to the West Coast. Isn't that just how it goes, guys? Especially something huge. Especially something huge is going to get caught in the crossfire. Okay, now we're down to Goodwill, so these are going to be way better prices. This was tagged at $7, but I had a bunch of discounts at Goodwill. I had like $20 off my whole order. It's a really nice dry fit Nike quarter zip pullover, Nike Golf, amazing like buttery soft fabric. This will be a very quick seller. A very quick seller in my show. Like the Nike outerwear stuff sells so good. Brighter Days Invitational has a little logo on the sleeve. It will still sell even with that. It's a really good item. Got this Under Armour jacket. This one was $7. Yeah, you're right, Chauncey. You're right. He said eBay doesn't work out a USPS deal because they take a piece of our shipping. You're right. You're right. It's like an Under Armour fleece quarter zip jacket. These sell great in my shows. I like to have a ton of those, and I just try to get them sold for $15. If they sell for 15 exactly, I'm happy as a clam. This is one I'm going to give to my friend. I'm going to pull it out of the show. Give that to my friend. What's going on here? There we go. Greg Norman vest for $5. Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, they do. I ship from North Carolina. I'd say 45% of my items go to California. Shipping is ridiculous there, but don't want to overprice people in other states. Yeah, that's why I think flat rate shipping is so ideal, because you can just kind of price something that's fair. You can just put something that's a fair price. Because if you did calculated shipping, you'd never sell something to California because it's crazy now. Tommy Bahama. This is an auto pass cotton blend Tommy Bahama for eBay, but for Whatnot, this is a nice little golf pullover. Material tags cut. To me, it feels like a cotton modal blend. Size XL, really pretty, honestly, in my opinion. And I just want to throw this out there. I'm not saying that I'm selling janky or bad or flawed or not as good items on Whatnot. It's just the demographic of who is shopping on Whatnot is different than who is on eBay. This is your everyday golfer that knows these brands and knows the retail prices of these brands. Tommy Bahama retail price on that sweater is probably like $150. Got a Peter Millar Summer Comfort here. That's like one of my best selling brands by far. A geometric one for sure. Be a fast seller. Do you source Whatnot to Whatnot a lot from sellers that do $1 starts? Well, I would say that the golf category on Whatnot, a lot of people do a similar model to me. I'm not the person that came up with it. I saw other people doing it. So I'm not going to act like people are copying me. Do you think most of your buyers are resellers on Whatnot or everyday buyers? Hardly any of my golf Whatnot buyers are resellers. And that's why I niched down into the golf category, because I wanted to sell to the end consumer and not sell to resellers. Of course, I am happy to sell to resellers. You can come by my show anytime you want. If my guy Plum is still in here, he comes in, he snipes the deals that people are sleeping on and flips them back on eBay. I love it. But I wanted to be able to charge more than a wholesale price for my items. I do source for eBay occasionally on Whatnot, but honestly, it takes a lot of time. I'll also buy items for like my giveaways on Whatnot. So like if I can get an expensive putter for $50 off what I'd normally pay for it, hey, it's still me saving $50 for my giveaway. $50, $50. Did you know that the CD4KI project buys seed phrases at a very high price? I don't even know what any of that means. I'm so sorry. Scored big yesterday, filled my truck from 3 different thrifts, got a Tommy Bahama full zip leather jacket. Nice. Pair of Harley leather pants. Nice. Both in the 120 to 150 range. Nice, nice, nice. I love hearing that. I love hearing that. All right, I got about 20 more minutes before I got to go eat lunch and finalize getting ready for this live. I'm going slow because I'm talking while I'm doing it. Oh, did you sell crypto wallets and earn? My guy. Can't be selling crypto in here. Come on now. I didn't know what any of that means. Did anybody know what that meant before we realized it was a crypto scam? Did that sound like real words to anyone else? That sounded like straight up gibberish. Oakley Hydraulics polo. Once again, if you're watching, you source at the bins and you find stuff like this all the time and you can sell it to me at a reasonable cost. I have a buying list, a price list, even a detailed explanation on how you get paid out, all that stuff. My first buyer's already been paid out. I have another box on the way. So I'm ready to buy your golf apparel if you find stuff like this. This is a Newa Tags Beadratty polo. Probably not something great for eBay, but for Newa Tags is going to be great for Whatnot. Retail price on this stuff is crazy. It's actually a really nice material. Really, really nice material. Dang, I got some bangers today. I hope the people show up. Do you ever come up to Cleveland? 4 thrifts in my city. No, Sal, I know you're up there. I know not to come up there or you'll take me out. I know not to mess around up there. I know you get a little territorial. I'm kidding, by the way. But I don't really head up to Cleveland other than to do retail arbitrage. Because there's not many stores near me of the places I like to hit. All right, I'm trying to get a loose thread off this polo, making it worse. Gotta stop. That's one thing with the golf apparel, though, is that it's such a fragile fabric. So finding it without flaws in high quantity is going to be the trick if I want to keep scaling. Luckily, I can find a good bit myself, and I know like I'm going to be able to like quality control the things that I'm picking up by looking it over really thoroughly. And having like when I go to the thrift store, my mom goes with me. She looks it over really thoroughly with me. But when I'm starting to buy from other people, I'm a little bit concerned about the like not the quality of like the items, but just the like missing flaws and stuff because it's so hard on these golf polos because the fabric is so fragile. Even like where they put the tags on these polos, they're like in a spot where it's like almost making a hole when I take the tag off. So these are some Under Armour polos. Recently hit the RA at Ross, got lucky, found an RLX cashmere. Woo! Those golf brands, the cashmere items from the golf brands can sell for crazy money. Seriously, crazy money. Nice pickup. Nice pickup. I'm glad you picked it up because, see, a lot of eBay resellers have this idea like, I don't want to pay up for items. And so they'd be afraid to pick that up for $50. And it's like $50. It sold within 2 days or 2 weeks for $125. That's so good. That's such good money. That's such a better return than you can get literally doing anything else. Anything else. But people have this conception like, I don't want to pay up. Now, you can't pay up if it's not good, but if it's good, you just got to pay up. Here we got a Tiger Woods. They had it marked at $5. And like I said, I think I got 21 items and had $20 off. So it was really like $1 off per item. This is the Nike Tiger Woods with the snap buttons. Kind of wish this was a color I would wear because I've always wanted one of those, but not really my vibe. So somebody else can get the deal on it. I'm really hoping that the show goes well today because like I said, I'm trying to do this thing. If you're just now joining, where like the giveaways I already feel like are really good. Like you can get this brand new at Tags Nike golf bag, brand new at Tags Stitch golf bag, Odyssey AI1 Jailbird putter. I mean, I don't know if you're not into golf, you might think I'm speaking mumbo jumbo, but like these are really nice putters. But I do have a couple like $300-$400 putters that I would like to give away because I got good deals on them, and I like the margins aren't that great if I were to flip them, so I got them for giveaways. But it's hard to like find a show where it's worthwhile to give away something that nice because it's still a huge investment into the show. So I guess we'll see at 1:30. Does anybody know racing? Is this the Formula One logo or like a racing logo, or is this just a random design? To me, it has Formula One vibes. Or is that like a McLaren logo? Bolo, keep an eye out for women's KD jeans. Used 100 to 200. Chauncey, thank you so much. I love your Bolos. Is anybody into racing? For some reason, it's giving me racing vibes. Like McLaren. I know McLaren is an orange colorway. Or maybe it's just like a Formula One. I don't know. Or maybe I'm dreaming. Maybe I'm dreaming. Hey, if you're here on the live and you're on the vertical, if you're watching the live vertical, let me know in the chat right now. It's my first time trying the vertical live. First time. First time trying the vertical live. So here's another thing I would never pick up for eBay. Hart Schaffner Marks, I think is what it's called. Yeah, Hart Schaffner Marks. Not a great brand for resale, but this is a really nice performance material. It feels amazing, and it's size 2XL. I always have people asking for size 2XL. I think that's going to be an easy sell. Let's see if I can think of any bolos that I had or sold lately. I sold some Dickies J. Crew collab corduroy pants. I forget what they sold for, but I was shocked when I looked them up. They sold really, really well, and I had 2 pairs of the same ones. They both sold to the same buyer really fast. Really fast. Here's another one. Basic Nike polo, but really nice color, even though it's solid. I think this is going to be a fast seller in my show. Something like this, just literal basic. I think it'll be good. I am going to cast the stream over to Whatnot as well. So if you want to see how the show goes at 1:30, you can watch it on Whatnot or use that to find the show. I mean, you can watch it on YouTube or you can use that to find the show on Whatnot. That's a size large. Muggsy jeans. Oh, I've sold like maybe 20 pairs of Muggsy jeans over the last 4 or 5 years. Really good brand. Same day for 37 bucks. That's a nice flip. So nobody's watching vertical. Okay. Okay. That's all good. That's all good. Now, where did I put that other polo? It was a size large. Oh, okay. First find for you. Hey, that's great. Here's another one for my friend. You gotta take care of your friends when you're out there. I'm watching vertical, but not really watching. I'm working. Okay, well, that's so cool. I just was curious if people would find it through swiping through vertical. I was just curious. You guys don't have any questions for me. You guys got to hit me with some more questions. All right, so that was one IKEA bag. I went out on Tuesday. That was all the golf stuff that I bought. It's all racked up now. Now on to another bag of golf stuff. I'm going to try to rack up a lot of extra items. Andrew, you have some golf stuff to sell me? I'm going through golf items right now, showing people what kind of stuff they can sell me. Make sure you hit me in the DMs. On Instagram is probably the best place. Got the RLX polo with the Innisbrook course. Not RLX logo. RLX polo with the Innisbrook. That's a prestigious course. That's going to be a good seller. Size XL. Let's see which sizes. I've been stocking most sizes pretty equally. Okay, this is a really cool one in my opinion. This is a J. Lindeberg. This brand can be good for eBay as well. And this one probably would be because it has the Tour collar. So when polos have the logo on the collar, that's called Tour collar because that's where they put it on the collar of the shirt where the golfer faces when they golf. So if you're a right-handed player, they put it on the left collar. So if I were wearing this shirt and I'm lining up over my ball, you're going to see this logo when you're being filmed on TV on the PGA Tour. So that's why it's called a Tour collar. And J. Lindbergh can be really expensive. I mean, the retail is really expensive. Can be a really good brand for eBay. I don't know if this particular style or whatever would be good for eBay, but I'm sure it'll be good for my show today. And a Grayson. Does anybody know this course logo? Does anybody know this course logo? Is that focusing? Why does the color get all wonky? Anybody know this course logo? I should figure out what it is because I found a bunch of items with that logo on it. But Grayson, another one that sells great for me. Another one that sells great for me. And that's a 2XL, so that'll be a hot item. Got some Under Armour shorts. I think I'm gonna to try to keep the show moving fast to sell 100 items. I think I'm gonna try to not go into shorts and pants. It just takes so much longer to do shorts and pants for me. Because I like to tell people the inseam and actually measure the items. Because how often do you guys are thrifters, you know, how often do items actually measure the size that the tag says? Not that often, unfortunately. Just need a place to put these. Guess we'll just put these here. I'm going to try to stick to all tops just for speed. Some Greg Norman new tag shorts. Another thing, Greg Norman, it's like I can't sell that brand on eBay. I mean, maybe occasionally. I've sold it before if it has like a really good golf course on it. But on Whatnot, the people love it. It's a cricket polo. Slim fit. Need to remember to say that in my show. Slim fit. Medium slim fit. Maybe I'll just list that on eBay because I need more items to sell on eBay. So maybe I'll just list that on eBay. Because I don't like to sell cotton polos. I like to stick to the more performance materials because that's what people are there for, is to get items to play golf in. So even though that's a really nice brand, expensive brand, and definitely golfers would be more likely to wear like a cotton polo casually than a random person. But I don't know. Just my thought process. Stick to this performance materials. Got a lot of good 2XLs going in today, so hopefully we get some 2XL buyers showing up. All right, I got about 5 more minutes. If you have any questions about eBay reselling, let me know. More Under Armour golf shorts there. Got another Grayson polo here. This one's size XL, so glad we got Grayson in a couple different sizes. Like I said, that's a brand that always sells really well for me. Collars & Co. are my favorite polos to sell. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, I love that brand. And for me, the best part is that the thrift store doesn't price it up. Because most of the time when I find a good brand like that, it's priced really high. So this has a little bit of that wobbly collar. Let me see if I can reach my fabric scissors to cut off a loose thread. I think I mentioned this in the photography video, but this is a little cheat code right here. Let me get it out of my face. There we go. Get some really sharp fabric scissors. So that way when you cut the fabric, it makes a nice crisp cut and doesn't make more of a mess. So I'm doing this right on the collar. So this is going to be very visible. So you got to make this cut really crisp. You can't like accidentally pull the thread or it not cut all the way through or blah, 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 blah. Got a Polo Golf Stretch Lyle. I had somebody coming in requesting a bunch of Polo Ralph Lauren in my last couple of shows. So I was trying to get a Polo Ralph Lauren for him. He said XL or 2XL. All I could find was large, so this is size large. But we'll rack it up because maybe other people want that as well. That's a really nice soft material. All right, guys. Well, once again, if you want to check out that gyro pack deal, go check it out. I think I'm going to hop off here, keep prepping for this show, go eat some lunch. And hey, if you want to check out the Whatnot show at 1:30 Eastern, we'll see you there. We'll talk soon. Have a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your Black Friday. Enjoy those deals. If you watch my last video, you want to join the group, there's going to be crazy deals coming up over the weekend and on Cyber Monday. And we will talk to you guys next week after the holiday. Peace out, guys.